Oh my fucking dick.
Da da do ba 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 ba. Let's see here. Hold on a second, chat. Hey, Tiff. What, Tiffany? What? 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 I'm. What? What? Oh, okay.
I've been away, searching for a reason, another purpose to find. I've sailed the seas, fought my many demons. I've looked to gods in the skies.
I thought like something crazy was happening. Anyway, I love you too.
I stared the devil
speaking of more DMs, I'm currently retrofitting my setup, and once I'm done, should be within 2 to 4 weeks, I'd like to put my name in the ring. Sounds good. Stream more raid bosses. I was wondering if the Circle of Spires level 2 bonus was on par with the others. All right, let's take a look at Druid. I got my first question arena. So let's go over it. Actually, I think I have a World Anvil open over here. So Circle of Spires Druid. Let's go over it. So,
give me my fucking money.
Second level of Circle of Spires gives you proficiency with longswords, longbows, and heavy armor, and it gives you access to different types of spires, which give you things like abilities and spells, and starts you off with a skill. So let's take a little. Why do you not have a dark theme? What are you talking about? Does World Anvil have a dark theme? Oh. Oh, that's much better. All right, well, anyway. All right, let's compare it to some other second level druids. All right, let's see. Other second level abilities are Circle of the Land, which gives you access to a cantrip and the ability to regain some of your spell casting from natural recovery. Combat Wild Shape and different forms you can take. There's Balm of the Summer Court, which is the D6s. Spirit Totem. I'd say comparatively, if you only compared the second level ability, what you'd be comparing it to is most likely the Moon Druid, because the Moon Druid is the melee druid, you know, because of shape-shifting, all of that. And this is, well, this doesn't have to be a melee druid, but it's more martially inclined, definitely. I think having heavy armor is a pretty good aspect, because you're less likely to have to take a dex-based kind of setup. So you could be a more tanky druid, which is pretty nice, without having to be, you know, a shape-shifting one. It also gives you an additional skill, which is pretty nice. Do I think that it's on par? I think it's probably a little bit weaker than the other druidic options, but not so much so that I think it's imbalanced in any way. I mean, getting a skill and getting heavy armor proficiency is pretty good. And then the abilities that you get later, I think, certainly make up for it, like increasing the DCs and multiple healing avenues and things like that. So, I would say that if you compared it to the normal routes that druids go, it's less likely to be chosen. This is even more so that it's only available to full elves, which means that the longsword and longbow proficiency is a little weaker. Because, you know, I believe they actually get that, if I recall. But the intention is that this circle will not always only be available to elves. depending upon the, the decisions by the Ayatonis. So there's that. The biggest thing is that getting expertise in a skill is pretty rare to get, and I think that's pretty awesome. So. I think the biggest detriment right now is that it's elf only. But that's not a permanent thing.
Man, my cat is fat because of you.
Thanks for the gifted subs, Player and Rava. All right. Yeah, so hopefully that answered your question. A lore question about how long it has been since the human Illithari were freed. They were freed in phase 2, so I think that's 3 years ago. 4 years ago? I think so.
I miss my toes.
Just curious, Arcadum, for the Taltkin race, is it going to start at its larval stage, or is it just something that Cry chose to do? Starts at larval stage. If I ever did possibly think about releasing the Taltkin as a playable race, it would always start at the larval stage. God damn it. Am I back?
Loggers.
How do I handle the stress of DMing? By having fun being one. That's my honest answer. I mean, there's also other things like, you know, it helps that I'm good at it, I suppose. So I feel very confident about it. So there's that. In fact, it's purely the confidence that I have as a dungeon master and game designer and stuff like that that helped me really handle the stress of all of it. You know, of not just running
If you rolled
games,
a
but
nat 20 on a fuck, you would get a baby.
also dealing with like the streaming part of it. Is there any subclass that's designed around gifting action economy or fiddling with initiative turn order? Probably the closest to that is the Rytharian fighter, which specifically gets power-ups based off of what round it is. It's kind of clear. I'll show it to you. It's pretty dope. I think it's a really cool creation. And I'm excited to see people play it, although I don't think many will. So the Rytharian fighter, at 3rd level, they get perfect time, which they get a list of stackable effects. So at first round, they get a +1 to attack rolls. On round 2, they get a +1 to AC. On round 3, they get a +2 bonus to damage rolls. So that means on round 3, they're their most powerful. And then round 4, they lose that advantage. They lose all those benefits, and they have disadvantage on attack rolls. And then later you get power of prediction and stuff like that. But I think the Rytharian fighter is probably the closest to what you're looking for. I'm curious at what kind of class is the Weaver you mentioned the other day? Well, the Weaver is a class that I've been working on. It's been fairly difficult because I have to invent a whole new casting setup, but plus I have to convert what I've already done from Pathfinder into it. Honestly, I want to dedicate a stream to it, so I will actually finish it. Get that done. Honestly, I've just been so busy with other things that it's been difficult to commit as much time as I'd like. I was going to do that today, but some concerns of people have been brought up to me, and I'm basically going to spend this stream trying to address any problems that people have with the living world in terms of base mechanical design. But to answer your question, the Weaver is a healer. And what I mean by healer, I mean they use literally the life energy of the world to fight and do their thing. Is there a cleric subclass that is good at both healing and dealing damage that you would recommend? Yes, clerics in general. Like all of them. All of them do that.
Oh, a subscription produced from my loins.
My favorite class is Bard, aesthetically speaking. Any plans to bring Verum to VR chat? No. That would take a level of there's no way. I do not have the time to do that. I'm already pushing myself pretty hard when it comes to projects. Also, we broke 4,000 subs, guys.
Man, my cat is fat because
Sub points, that is. So thanks. Any plan to expand the number of pantheons or deities? Absolutely. Whenever, whenever they become unlocked, that is. Okay, any thoughts on improving Unbreakable level 10? I'm comparing it to the Rytharian fighter, and it's just weak in comparison. All right, let's take a look. All right, somebody brought up an issue. 10th level, battle rhythm dictates. Whenever you defeat an enemy, you can freely attack another enemy you have not attacked yet in this round, but it cannot occur more than twice a round. Okay. Unbreakables is improved Indomitable. Whenever you would use your Indomitable class feature to succeed on a save, you gain a bonus to your next weapon damage roll equal to your character level against the source that caused you to make the saving throw. Hey, player. Thanks for the 25 gifted subs, man. Okay, so let's analyze this. Okay. So, Battle Rhythm is a passive that gives you an additional attack.
He is my queen.
Whenever you have defeated an enemy. So the first thing first is that you have to be fighting at least 2 or more enemies for this to matter. So if you're fighting a boss, which is generally a solo encounter, Rava, thank you for the 25 gifted subs, you're not going to use this ability. More likely than not, you won't use it. So against a boss fight, your 10th level ability as a Rytharian fighter will not be useful. Generally speaking.
My apologies. You have only
Whereas
just joined
Indomitable,
us.
which is
Now
based
I
off
fear
of
we
saving
will be
throws,
close.
means that whenever you fight a boss, it's more likely than not going to throw out saves. And, depending on the enemy type, that save could be the difference between having an action and not having an action. So not only does it give you a bonus to having Indomitable and using it, but it gives you extra damage equal to your character level. So that's 10 extra damage. So if we stack that up, a standard fighter, right, that has a D8 weapon, let's say, and that has a +4 strength, they're going to be doing 4.5 plus 4 damage, right? So that's going to be 8. 8.5 damage. Which is less than this attack that it's attached to. Now, granted, if it triggers twice, then yes, you're going to be able to see more damage from that fighter. And that's also not assuming that at 10th level they don't have extra weapon damage dice on their weapon, which is a possibility. Do I think that it is so weak in comparison that it needs to be changed? No, I do not.
He is my
because
queen.
generally speaking, they are 2 different situations. Because the one from Rytharian is dependent on whether or not you are fighting multiple opponents, whereas the one for Improved Indomitable stacks that damage onto a boss creature. So it's that they have 2 separate uses. Furthermore,
Flips horizontally. You see?
no, okay, that's weird. This didn't come up. That's strange.
Oh, lube.
That sounds hot.
In either case, one of the things that I thought about doing was making it to where whenever you would succeed on a save period, but that seemed too strong because that leveled damage would be pretty drastic if it could be applied to every save. Because you have to think about it that if you apply it to every save, then that means that things you have to save against each round suddenly become an output of +10 damage, which is a free Great Weapon Master. So you know what I mean? It's kind of something to think about in that round. So there's that. Arcadum, the Sanguine Knight's Bloodwell feature is more powerful than its subclass Capstone once you reach 5 blood stacks. Okay, let's go look at that one.
Jund, you're poor.
Whenever you score critical hits against an enemy, or you hit a bleeding enemy with a total bleed stack of 5 or more, you can activate your second win class feature, even if it's not already been used. If you do, your allies within 15 feet of you are also healed for the same amount. Whereas 18th level says, whenever you would deal damage with a weapon, if the target is already bleeding, you heal for a number of hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. Okay. So, let's go over this. First off, Bloodwell specifically requires you to give up a bonus action for you to actually use it. So that's number one. So you won't actually be doing that with dual wielding because you'll be giving up your offhand attack. So that's number one. Number two, specifically, hitting a bleeding enemy is not entirely to the point that you'll be able to guarantee it, especially if you're fighting any enemies that have healing in it. And furthermore, oh, that's right, we did buff that, didn't we? Oh, yeah.
All subscriptions are so
Okay, cool.
binding.
Yeah. Dope. In either case, well, I guess I don't understand what your problem is. I have another announcement. Wowie.
You're pregnant?
The table is forever.
It's stronger than the 18th level.
What do you mean? I said asparagus! Oh my fucking dick.
My apologies. You have only just joined us, and now I fear we will be homeless.
I don't want them to be swapped. That's not what I want at all.
Woo! Happy birthday, motherfucker! Truly, the stars doth beckon to the sky. A newcomer. Oh, geez, thanks, I guess. Oh.
Enemy AC 130 inbound.
I think that if your problem is that the well is more powerful than its 18th level ability, first of all, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And because, you know, we have to play practically. And the iconic ability, many of the characters' iconic abilities are given to them early, which are better than their capstones are. But in regards to whether or not I think that antediluvian theft is bad, I don't think it's bad. I mean, you heal a number of hit points equal to your Constitution modifier, which at 18th level is probably going to be like +6 on the downswing. And at 18th level, when do you get your 5th attack? Is it 15th? Look here. Oh, it's 20th when you get that. Okay,
I miss
so you
my
only have 3 then.
toes.
Yeah, so you have 3 then. So you get 3. Let's see. I could definitely put a round limit on it. I could see that. That it could only be applied once a round. Yeah.
He is my queen.
I don't know. Another big problem with bleed damage is it's easy removed. Because Bloodwell requires a lot of setup.
Give me my fucking money.
Because if you're dual wielding, you can get 2 at level. So at level 7, dual wielding, you're gonna get 3 hits off. And that's if you hit each time. And then you have it takes a minimum of at least 2 rounds before you can even get there.
Loggers.
Yeah, I could make it consume the bleed.
What do you mean? I said asparagus!
I think consuming the bleed might be good. That's something to think about.
Truly, the stars doth beckon to the sky.
That would also
A
give
new
interactability
comer.
as well, I think. Because then you could choose, should I heal or should I let the bleed keep stacking? Yeah. That's interactability right there. I think that's better. I have another announcement. Wowie.
You're pregnant?
I'm emotional.
Do we have anybody that's playing Sanguine Knight?
The table is forever.
God damn it, Laguna!
Gunslinger is? Okay.
I'm emotional.
What level is he?
Mouse cookies.
Okay, so he's not 7th level yet.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Oh, so he's not even Sanguine Knight yet? Okay.
God damn it, Laguna!
You know what? I like that. We'll make it consume all the bleed stacks. That way, it has interactability and it.
All right, y'all, fuck off now.
Yeah. That seems good.
Like a dick golem. Every limb made out of a different dick.
That looks good. I like that. All right, that looks good. That's wrong. I need to fix that. That's going to bother me.
If you rolled a nat 20 on a fuck,
Make it just remove
you
5
would get
stats?
a baby.
No. I want them to have to choose between the two. So if you want to keep stacking bleed to deal more damage, or if you want to use it for a heal. making them choose between those two things balances the limitless uses, I think. What about if it crits? Then you can choose to use it early. You don't have to use the ability. What are your thoughts about changing two-weapon fighting to not use a bonus action instead of having to be a part of the attack action? I think it should be how it is. Because let me ask you a question. If it isn't the way that it is, then why would you ever not dual wield? That would also remove pretty much completely the fact of a character wielding one-handed weapon and one-handed nothing in the other. Granted, we have exotic weapons and stuff, which can help you do cool things like that. But at that point, you're focusing on to do that specifically. Because big damn sword. Gone over Mooner Fighter yet? I'm literally taking suggestions as they come in from the chat. Speaking of which, I should probably list these out. Sanguine Knight. Good morning, guys. What are the plans for the Alice campaign? I was so excited to see Rochelle in Gambler's Delight. That depends entirely on whether or not we can get the game together. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Should Lunar Fighter get a max range for bonus action teleport? I assume you mean the Moon Warrior? Wait. Lunar Fighter. Oh, you mean Punishing Moon. Okay. Well, let's actually think about that. If somebody wanted to pull out a spyglass and see someone like 2 miles away and teleport them and attack them, That would be the stupidest thing that they could probably ever do in any sort of session setup. So if they would like to kill themselves, sure. Go ahead. The punishing moon does not have a range limit because I intended for them to not need to worry about it, so that they could catch any enemy no matter how far away they are. That's why I designed it the way that it is. You still have to be able to see the enemy. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, could you pull out a spyglass and see some guy like 2 miles away and go and attack them? Sure. Would you ever do it? No. And you know what? If a DM says you can't do it, guess what? You can't. What if I consider another... Only creatures can be enemies. The range limit is the least of the problem. The ability grants free movement and attack without any cost at all. Yeah. Pretty cool, man. It costs a bonus action, yeah. It doesn't cost them any resource, no. And considering the fact that it's a class that requires you to use one weapon ever, I think that's fairly decent of a trade-off. You know, if I'm honest about it, I still don't think that people are going to choose this over Battle Master. So, but I built it the way that it would work with the actual faction, or with the lore behind it, that is. And I guess I could add a limitation per day, or once a combat, maybe. And free grapple escapes. Whatever, man. Like, grappling is not that big of an issue in this system anyway, especially when you consider the practicality of how we actually handle it. Like, every single game I've seen that was taken seriously in terms of difficulty, people had oils of slipperiness or whatever. But people freaking out that it's a free grapple escape is ridiculous. Moon Warrior is my next planned build. Cool. I'm sure some people are like, oh, it's overpowered. I'm going to show Arcadum. I was like, all right, show me. Cool. Play the class I made. The only thing maybe I'd change is the free weapon attack, which that does give them pretty big edge up if they're using two-handed, which they are because it's using a falchion. And I gave them that because I thought that being locked into a weapon would be pretty unattractive, because I know that from personal experience, even with classes that only use katanas. Oh, he did go with D12. Okay. Basically an axe. Okay, a Moonlight Sonata could be kind of weak without gaining the benefit of disengage action on a 10-foot move. Well, no, because you get Punishing Moon at 7th level, so I didn't want to give them a free engage. They have to suffer at the early levels so they can get cool at the ending levels. Probably a half orc with mobile for the good crits and being able to run out and teleport back. Sounds good to me. Does this class automatically give you proficiency in Falchion? No, it does not. Oh, also, I just got some news. Lakari apparently is going to be totally down with the RP event that staff have been working on for him. So now we just have to arrange a time for him to participate. That's gonna be dope. Okay, that's another problem. No other subclass has attacks of crafting days like this one. You can literally be level 3 and not have a class feature. What's the academy cost? Well, you could be a Sharkai, first of all, which is what the original class design is. This is actually their class, so if you're a Sharkai, you don't have any tax. But, let's see here. Doo-doo. Did he write anything for the Falchion? Any shark eye. Okay. 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 So let's see. If you're a fighter, which you know you're going to be, you reduce that by 2 days. Let's see, you're guaranteed to play once every 2 weeks. So you're gonna play twice, so that's 4 weeks. The bottom average of crafting days is 3. So that's 12. You'd be off by 2 days if I don't give out 4, which won't be the case because of as a kind. Yeah, you should have it. Even if a shark eye or hobgoblin can get a free exotic, it's still a tax. How is it a tax? They get a free one. Like what? Like it's a prerequisite. Yeah. That's why we made the class good. Because it has prerequisites. Not everybody can use it. We did change
A lot of
hobgoblin,
heavy
right?
clothes on, so
What's up, pterodactyls?
Also-
Take your clothes
Thanks for the
off.
resub, Sheila. Let me double check. Did we actually change? Should have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, cool. So hobgoblins start with the ability to use it, and so do shark eye. And everyone else has to spend their crafting days on it. See you later, Sheila. Have a good rest. Anyway, I don't think it's a problem. Because in the worst case, absolute worst case scenario, you delay your level 3 play for a week. It's not that bad. Oh, yeah, that's true. You could be a human and take Weapon Master as well. Maybe that feat will actually get some use. Pepe poo-poo hands. And I'm all for something making hobgoblins more likely to be played. Hell yeah, brother. Does Verum have summoners? I mean, there are summoning spells, but they don't have like Pathfinder summoners. No. And I was wondering what program you use for voice modification. I use the Go XLR. You have to be level 5 or prestige 1 as a requirement to do the exotic weapon training academy, it looks like, though. Well, that's not the case. Not for, I don't think he added it yet, but yeah, it looks like he didn't add it yet, but it's supposed to be available to that class specifically. I can see where that confusion comes in, though. I'll send a message to Blissora. There needs to be a clear line for the Moon Warrior and Falchion proficiency. Perhaps, you know, we could just grant them proficiency at it. Oh, no. God, I really want the people to play Hobgoblins and shit. And Sharkai, perhaps lowering the cost of proficiency if you take subclass. One of which you can choose to gain proficiency in something else, like a ranged weapon, crafting days in which you use for other things like potion. Yeah, that's called a trade-off, Resnuv. Anyway. But still, good stuff to talk about, though. Is that under the Majatol Academy? Or is that separated into it? Doesn't look like it. Hobgoblins can use the falchions. Hobgoblins are not small. Hobgoblins are like lanky orcs. No other subclass forces you to make that type of trade-off, though. Correct, but no other subclass gives you unlimited teleporting. So, well, I guess except Time Cleric. But not Martial, at least. Who are you?
Gobble my gears, motherfucker.
Oh, that's true. You can also be a Dabraking Noble with 1 prestige. Oh, then you take the training. But I think the training cost should be lowered if you are a fighter that has that class, which is something that I sent to Blissora. But so that way you can, like, guaranteed, if you spend all your crafting days, be able to get proficiency with the weapon. If you want to take it, that is. Is the underworld considered out of plane for Verum? No, it is not. Problem with that is that you usually start the course long before you take the subclass. Well, we could do a thing where that's a fair point. Maybe do this. You know what? We just grant them proficiency. Because I could make a bunch of like ways to make sure that somebody could lead up to that, but ultimately there really isn't a point of doing it. Just another way for hobgoblins to be played. Nobody plays them. They're such a cool race. Hey, roll for damage. Takes the raid. Yes, it is, Fallen Angel. Peeler Olaka's design philosophy of fair isn't fun is how I homebrew. Well, I don't know about that one, Chief. I think that's a honestly, I think that's a very sounds like that fair isn't fun is taken out of context. Because I can tell you that fair is most certainly fun. Being fair may prevent the upper echelons of fun sometimes, but it also takes away the sting of loss as well. So, unfair is not fun. Also, you know, we're running for like 200 players, so it has to be fairness. I can tell you that in my experience, which I like to think is a professional's experience, any game in which a DM decided to let people be as overpowered as they want has always ended the same way. Either A, the players are bored and don't want to play anymore, and they just end up not playing those characters anyway. B, one of them is more overpowered than the others because they're better at building, or the DM showed favoritism or made a mistake. Or C, the DM uses equally over-the-top, ridiculous things that essentially invalidates those players as choices anyway in order to challenge them. The only real exception, I guess, to that is I've seen 2 other DMs do it, and myself as well, because I but the amount of work that I had to do to balance high-level Pathfinder is... I basically had to write my own system twice, so you know what I mean? Do you know why hobgoblins get +1 int? Because they're smart. That is not what he asked for, Micropiles. Moon wanted that. What Moon wants is for me to not treat them like a new stream game anymore, which is what I intended to do anyway. Because Moon knows what I'm capable of in terms of fight design. So, what he wants is he wants to feel like he felt in the Glaeus expedition. See, up until this point, oh shit, I effed. Am I back? Am I back?
Like a tick golem.
All right.
Every limb made out of a different.
Thanks for the resub, Kozo. What Moon wants is he wants to feel like he felt in the Glaeus expedition, because he's seen what I can do with fight design, and he just wants to be a part of it. And because of that, he wants me to start treating them like a group that's experienced, because he knows that I've been... See, up until this point, that group and many of my other stream groups have felt the soft, even hand of you can do it, a slight push, a little bit of that. They haven't seen what I'm really capable of. He just wants the backhand. And I suppose that some of you may have been watching the Desangir fights, and you've have seen somewhat of what I can do, fight design wise. Also, R.I.P. Stoldrick. Rest in peace, my lad. What campaign is the Desangir fight? He's kind of his own thing. I hope Desangir drops the mounts. My camera and visuals appear to be off from the audio. What? What are you talking about? Are they? Really? When is the new game starting? New game starts on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. CST. What are the odds of Desangir falling right now? That entire... Man, I cannot answer that. That depends entirely on the rolls. We've now got to the point to where there's not really any strategy left. It's just, we're going to be rolling. And we're going to see what happens. Basically, the bet is set, and now the dice will determine who wins. Okay, want to go over Void Mage now? Okay, sure. What's up? The new game is Kelly Siren, Cryatic, Jesse Cox, Dodger, Timac, and Bikeman. Yeah. Okay, with people with no DMing experience get accepted to becoming a DM in the living world. Also, do DMs create their own stories or pick from a pool? And if they do create their own, how does it work in canon-wise the rest of the living world? All those questions can be asked and answered with our training team. But we take DMs with no experience as long as they are willing to learn. For Grasp of the Void, if the target dies, is the buff for how long the debuff was on them or for what you rolled? It's based off the rounds of which you have suffered disadvantage. Minimum of 1. The second level feature reads like this subclass focuses on force damage. Force wizard spells Eldritch Blast, and Magic Missile, and then absolutely nothing until 9th level. So until tier 3, the wizard that specializes in force damage can only cast 2 force spells, both of which are first level or lower spells. That would be true if you don't consider the hidden spells that I plan on releasing, especially whenever anybody takes this class the first time. That's part of the surprise. As far as I know, I don't think there's any Void Mage yet, right? I've been keeping pretty close track of that, but I don't think there's a Void Mage. I could be wrong, though. And that's also why I didn't want to say it, but people are telling me that I'm doing shit half-assed, and it's pissing me off. So. Also, I think having buffed Magic Missile's pretty good. I mean, hell, I think I talked to Rox about it the last time we spoke. About the new spells that'll be unlocked for the ley lines. Oh god, I still have to do that. But without knowing that information, it would be correct to assume this subclass is lackluster. Yeah, if you assume that having increased Magic Missile auto damage is bad, sure. Or that Eldritch Blast... Sure, not Eldritch Blast, but that magic... Well, basically, if you think that Magic Missile sucks, sure. So... Okay. Anything else you got? Well, 14th level is just increasing that ability even more so. Because Magic Missile is like the staple force spell. But there are other force spells that exist, and there will be more that I knew I was going to release. So I wanted to make sure that anybody that chose this subclass would also gain benefits when those were released. But even if you didn't consider that, Magic Missile in and of itself getting buffed is really strong. So... And any Magic Missile at any level is countered by a spell shield at first level. Assuming the creature has access to magic. Assuming it has access to traditional spell casting. Like, come on, man. Now you're just being facetious. He's just grasping his straws now. Yeah. That's also assuming they have a reaction. That's also assuming that you don't counterspell their level 1 shield spell. Like if you really want to split hairs, all right, I'm a Void Mage, okay? I'm attacking this guy. I throw Magic Missile at him. He throws up shield. I throw up counterspell. I win. Like, you see what I mean? Like, that's how that works. Hell, especially since some of the most powerful aspects come from the 6th level ability as well, because that's boss killing right there. Anything else? Anybody has to say about the Void Mage? I don't mean to be defensive or anything. That's not my intention. It's just the statement that it's a suboptimal class is just wrong. I don't agree with that. To be clear, I will listen to what you're saying, but I don't have to agree with it. sounds like positioning would fix counterspell. Well, yeah, good positioning, things like that. But it's like the statement of, oh, they can just cast shield and it defeats it. I mean, like, okay, yeah. How many enemies have you fought specifically that you knew would have shield? You know? Stuff like that. And even then, if that's the case, then you use other spells. It's okay. I mean, that's like saying that a pyromancer is weak because some enemies are immune to fire. Like, and use another spell. Or against that creature, you're not as good. Like, come on. It's not that hard. Holy shit. Hey guys, I got another sub update. Sub sound update. Look at this shit.
Loggers.
What the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
Loggers.
What the fuck?
Loggers. Loggers. Loggers.
That is
Loggers.
That is absolutely
Loggers. Loggers.
That's so good, dude. Like, these are so fucking good. Oh man, that is wild. When are logmen available, Arcadum? We want logmen. But keeping that information hidden of other force spells is with no benefit to anyone. Okay, so let me hit you with this, Rez. It was never my intention to reveal that. And I probably shouldn't have, but honestly, I've been getting a little frustrated with people coming at me about game design. Even if you ignore that, the class as it stands is not weak. And if you think that it's weak, I disagree. So, simple as that. Because you don't need any other force spell other than Magic Missile. Like, you really don't. There have been entire builds built on that spell in other systems, and you just... that's the way it is. Now, specifically, I will say that's something I did decide not to do, because at first I was going to do it, because it says whenever you cast a spell that deals force damage, that spell deals an additional point of damage for each target. My original intention was that I was going to do 1 per die rolled, but I decided not to do that because I didn't want to overstack it. So what I decided to do was split it up between different targets so that it would actually value multi-target magic missiles, which is generally speaking what people don't do. And getting Eldritch Blast as a cantrip is one thing. Now, if your concern is that Magic Missile as a +1 on a single missile isn't very good, because it only applies 2 per target, that could be something that could be discussed. But the entire class as a whole is weak because of that is not correct. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to do 1 for each die rolled. But the problem with that is that means upcasting becomes that much more efficient, because you're looking at... oh, God. Well, the thing about it is that Rez does make a point that even those other spells, people might not want to use them. You know what? I'll do it this way. I'll do it this way. What's the name of the fucking, oh god. What's the name of the invocation that gives, is it Agonizing Blast? The one that gives them charisma to damage? Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do this. I might push it too far though. Because Grasp of the Void is very strong. And so is Darkwalker. These two are really fucking strong, man. No, I know what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I do think Rez does have a minor point at least. Spell deals an additional 1 point of damage for each. Deals an additional point of damage for each target equal to the level of the spell. So that way, if you upcast it, you get a little bit more bang for your buck, but it's not attached to the front-loaded aspect, and it doesn't affect the cantrip. Yeah, I think that's good. What the hell is the save button? I think that'll work. That'll work. Cantrips to be considered +0 because they're 0th level spells. Alright, good. Let me add that to the list of things that I have changed. Okay, that's weird. Why is it pasting in black text? It shouldn't be pasting in black text. It should paste in white text, because I've done this a million times before. Is the text color black for some reason? This font color is that. Okay. Okay. Wham bam. Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business. Do you play Fortnite? No. Fortnite poggers! Poggers! I'm pogging. Did you just spank your belly? Yes, I did. I beat my... I'm sorry. I turned into a caveman there. Ooh! Arcadum, is your OBS set for high CPU priority? I don't know what that means. Or how I would even check that. Full-time Skyrim streamer when? Look, I'm doing work for my living world right now. Do you play Magic the Gathering? I did a long time ago. File settings advanced. Okay. My process priority is high. Yes. Oh, man. All right, anybody else have anything they want to bring up? How relevant are the Warlock patrons that you wrote? What do you mean by that exactly? For each target or to each target? I'll change it to 2 if you think it's necessary. I really don't. I don't really mind. I know you said in Gamer's Delight that you were going to let Mo use sneak attack with beefy axes. Correct. I made an exception. A pretty small one for a stream game. I mean, hell, if I really wanted to, I could just have him use another weapon that has finesse and just re-flavor it as axes, but fuck all that. Let him play into that. Let him do it. I'm really interested to see what he does with the pirate subclass, because that's basically what I want my strength rogue to be. Alright, well, looks like nobody else has any questions or things, so I guess I'll go work on map stuff with Tiffany. I was curious about what would take for the Circle of Spires to be released from full elf only. That is a decision from the Itonis Imperium if they go down a certain route. Are there black powder weapons in Verum? Not on the planet, but in the setting, yes. There's one specific place that you have to go, you get them. Skyrim when? When I want to, bruh. When I want to, bruv. Alright, right now I'm doing work on the living world. You got a fucking problem with it, eh? Would you be down to have the next era set in space? Probably not. When the frog's going to be released on Verum? When I make them. Hello, something I have to do.
Good. Fuck God.
Good. Fuck God. Wait, there's Chrono. I just sent you a message in Discord. People will make Frog Knights so fast. Uninhibit the ribbits. Chrono. Chrono. Chrono! Do not hide from me! Did he just literally come into sub and then leave? Feels bad, bro. Okay, so Chrono, Tiffany wants to work on the maps right now. So let me know. We just get a set of time so we can go over the feats together. The last bit of feats, like the Asmar and stuff. Get that taken care of. Stuff like that. I don't know if you heard me through all the busting, Chrono. Let me know when's a good time for you.
Oh, geez, thanks, I guess. Oh.
Arbitrary time says an hour. Well, I'm going over maps right now with Tiffany. I'm about to, and then I have a meeting at 3 with Divinity to go over like God stuff. And then after that, I have to prep for the game at 5, and then after that, I have to like eat, and then I have a game at 9. So today's pretty packed, but let's go for tomorrow, I guess. We can do that tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, I got a stream.
Tiffany?
Okay, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this.
You stream me your Discord, and then I'll
see if I can. Can I share my screen on this?
Yeah, share your screen on Discord, and then I'll put it up on the stream arena.
Well, how do I? Oh, it's not giving me the. I have to. Oh my gosh, I have to be in the call with you via my tablet, which means I'm gonna have to switch.
Okay.
So give me a couple more.
Cause bustin' makes me feel so good, so good, so good. Bustin' makes me feel good. Hey, little bustin', how you be feeling? Oh, bust. When I'm bustin', I'm feeling like a bustin'. Bustin'. Because it started bustin'. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Stars, don't back into the sky.
taster. Sleeping makes me feel good. I ain't afraid of no sleep. I ain't afraid of no bed. An invisible bed.
Freaky ghost bed. I can hear you. Hold on, I'm busting right now.
Makes me feel good.
A mighty dab. All right, now I'm ready. All right, let me pop that out. Pop that out, San Diego. Pop that out. Pop that, pop that. Hold on, I have artist friends to inform. Whoa, it's doing a weird flashy thing. That was weird. Oh, it does it when I... Oh, it does it when I click off. Okay, let's see here. Let me get all of my thingies open here. Because bustin' makes me feel good. Wonder why that pop-out keeps doing that. Seems to only be when I go over here. Okay. Alright, let me get all my what continent do you want to start with?
Whichever one you want to start with.
Let's start with...
Probably the one that you know the most about.
Well, I know the most about all of them, but let me see what
or
order.
The one that's most likely to get visited by the living world.
Probably Ryne.
Hey.
Probably Ryne. Probably Ryne. Probably Ryne. Probably Ryne.
How you spell it?
Yep, that's how you spell it. Correctamundo. All right. Let me get my notes open. Tee-hee. Let's see here. Because bustin'.
Right that.
Bustin' makes me feel so
Lakari,
good.
come back and simp with me.
All right. Let me see.
Mouth suckies.
Mouth suckies. Analyzing. Vindicating. Analyzing. Using mind.
I'm not hearing anything from the stream, so you just randomly said
All right,
mouth
fuck off now.
keys.
Yes, I did. That's the way. I like it.
Jund, you're poor!
Okay, I think we are good to go.
Lakari, come back and simp with me.
Got my notes over here. My stuff over here. All right. Let's get started. So, first things first, Ryne has the rough, like, shape of, like, in my mind's eye, of, like, a big, like Hallmark heart, like a greeting card heart, right? Where it has...
Is it more bully or pointy?
Pointy. That's the general shape of it. And then in the middle, it has, like, another heart.
Something like that?
I'd say fatter than that.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Okay. And then in the center, it has a body of water that's also in a heart, so it's kind of ringed like that.
Okay, so how big? Like...
a third.
Tell me when to stop. Okay, like that?
Yeah, like right in there.
Like that far in?
Yeah,
Okay.
that far in.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And then, let's see. Man, is it flashing for you guys too? Okay, maybe if I just click on this. It's weird. You guys seeing that, chat? Must be your program.
Is it mine?
It's flashing, like it keeps showing you sketches and stuff somehow.
Did
Yeah.
that fix it?
No, if you look on stream, it's like flashing.
Hold on.
Are you capturing the monitor or the application?
It should be the application. Hold on, let me, Yeah, I see it. Hold on.
It's because Clip Studio has multiple overlaying windows as a program. Oh.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh. I can see me. Oh, that looks better. Yeah. Hello?
Hello? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you doing anything?
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me to do
Oh,
things.
sorry. I wasn't sure if you were able to do anything. Okay, okay, so now that we've got that, granted it won't actually look exactly like that, but that's the general shape of it. But so the next thing is like it's separated into different sections. So the tip of the heart, like the most southern region, that is, yeah, right there. That's like kind of like, and how I wanted to kind of separate these regions were kind of like into teardrops, kind of, if you know what I mean, like this. If you look on stream, like this.
So, like
yeah,
that?
like that. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Big pog. And so that is a heavily rainforest area. It's got like lots of heavy trees and stuff like that, and it has a port on the very southernmost tip.
Okay. There's a port.
Yep, port right there. Big port
Does it
city.
have a name?
It does. It is called Visenikir.
Oh my god, type that for me.
I'm gonna type it to you. I'm gonna type it to you.
Actually. Okay. What's this area called?
That area is called the Golden Heights. Coolio. All right. Hold on, I'm reading my my notes here.
Assume this port is the right?
The what?
The port, Veniskir or whatever it is.
Visenikir, yeah.
Yeah, that's the capital, right?
That's the capital of that region, yeah.
Okay. And is there other features? Is there any lakes or mountains?
If you can add it in that little spot, there's supposed to be a like waterfall basin in the center, which is like in the middle of that rainforest area.
Tip of the heart, in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
I'm gonna draw a little.
Yeah, like that.
Doesn't really look good.
No, that works. That looks good.
Blue waterfall.
Okay. And that waterfall has a name. That is Doneth's Rest. Here, I'll put that for you. Dope. And let's see here. And all right, specifically on the northeastern regional border, there is a large thicket of curling bramble thorns.
Here?
Yeah, so basically that whole line, just like thorny brambles.
Don't know how I'm going to depict that on the map, but I'll do my best. Are there any is this along this coast here? Is there any beaches? Are there cliffs?
Like rocky cliff, like jungle cliffs. Yeah.
Cliffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
The port of Visenikir is like actually carved into the side of that cliff, so. Dope. Okay. And going through my notes. Okay. That pretty much should be it. That entire region is... Oh, we already have the name Golden Heights. Okay, good. Just want to make sure we had that. All right, cool. Cool. All right. The next bit is we'll go northeast. And okay, so the separation of the thorny brambles, and on the other side of that, so like, I guess kind of carve off like a good chunk of that, like before it reaches the next corner, I guess.
Well, there's no corners. I don't...
Well, I meant looking at your screen where your current viewpoint is has corners because of the camera.
We're here?
Okay, just move it down. A little bit further. Right about there. Yeah.
So, like a piece?
Yeah, like a piece, like a chunk, a slice. Okay, that place is filled with, kind of like steamed, not steamed, but like hot,
okay.
hot, what is it called?
Hot springs?
They are hot springs, but they're called something else. Like, you know, Crater Lake? Like what Crater Lake looks like little, I think they're basins, like fucking bowls, basically, like natural bowls of water.
Geysers? But
okay. Calderas. Thank you. That's what it was. Calderas. Oh my god, I couldn't remember the word for it. Calderas, yeah. Calderas. Just sprinkled all over that place. Are they steamed hams?
okay.
All right. And
Are there mountains?
There are... Well, actually, no, there is one. There... Okay, so against the coastline of the inner sea, there's a large mountain. Yeah, a large mountain that's cut into like a spiral, if you can actually draw that.
Okay. North or south?
Middle of the coast.
Okay. Mountain. Oh, I need to move this. Okay. My notes. Spiral mountain. Right there. Okay, is this a beach or cliffs?
That is...
Or both?
That is... shale beaches. Like, shale coastline. Hard, cracked rock.
Beach.
Rock beach, yeah.
Okay, how about this one?
That one's also a rock beach.
Are there any forests, rivers? Oh, I forgot to ask about river. There's obviously a river with the waterfall.
Yeah.
And a lake.
Going from north to
lake.
south. North to south river for the Golden Heights. Yeah.
Does it go all the way down to the port? Or
Yep, goes all the way down to the port.
Does this river have a name?
That river is Sala Plenty, which I will put that in there.
Please. Okay. Is there any rivers, lakes?
Well, there's lakes in the calderas, but no.
Okay. Are there any
If you-
rivers?
No, there's no rivers, but there is one feature if you wanted to try and animate. This whole place is like heavily misted.
I don't know. I can try.
And the name of that region is the Sour Mists. Clap.
Yeah. So, is there any features that really border these? Are these natural borders, or are these?
Well, the brambles
just-
separate the thorns and then the sour mist. The other one is a large, like, Grand Canyon crevice. Separates the sour
Okay, so
mist
there's-
from the next region.
Okay, so there's a big river here.
Yeah.
Okay. This. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, got that?
Yeah.
All right. Next one is I need All right. This next area is going to take up like all the way up till the curve. Just cut out the middle of the curve. Yeah, like that. And that is heavy mountainous crags.
Mountains. Okay. Should reserve that just for special mountains. Are there any special mountains in here?
There is a special mountain in the center, which is where the city of Soro. There you go. I don't know how to make an apostrophe E, but the E with the little symbol above it.
What was the capital of this area?
There has none. That's a wild land.
Okay. Okay. No cities there. Okay. Does this mountain have a name, or is it Soro?
It's just Soro.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
it Mount Soro, or is it Soro?
Just called Soro.
Okay.
Yep. And it's just where the city is built on top of it and all that.
Okay. Rivers, forests.
Okay, so there should be 2 rivers going out into the northeast and southwest directions from it. One would feed into the canyon, the other one was gonna just like bank back around and feed into the ocean.
Okay, so from Soro.
Yeah.
And which direction did the one going to the south go?
Southwest, and the other one's northeast.
So towards the center of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So like something like that.
Yep.
Okay, and does this river have a...
Say again?
Does this river have a name?
Fogen, which here I'll put that in there for you.
And did this river have a name?
Oh, that one is... the Wailing River. Wailing.
Felt weird. Okay, no. Okay, and the one going, does it continue like this direction?
Yep, northeast.
Does it go to the border, or does it stop shy of the border?
Stop shy of the border.
Okay, so like that. Okay. And have
Name of that river is Zozen.
okay, forest.
Sporadic. Like in the mountain. Be like mountainous.
Beach?
The beaches there would be
Or are they cliffs? Because there's a lot of mountains.
closed. It'd be cliff face rocks and stuff.
Cliffs, okay. How about on the outside?
On the outside, that would have rocky beaches.
Rocky beaches, okay. Okay, why won't you... Thank you. All right, next region?
Okay, next region is so you see how you kind of have it on the right side there with the uppermost border of Sauron? Soro. Go to the opposite side and like cut that part off because that top part's its own region.
So not symmetrical, but slightly less symmetrical.
No, symmetrical. It should be symmetrical, is what I meant.
Like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. That top part is called... Oh boy. Let's see here. That region is called the Wounded Lands. Its capital, which is in the like combining tip there of the inwardmost part of the heart.
Right.
Above N.
That's what I thought. Okay. Right here?
Yep. That's the capital city. Well, at
Hold
least
on.
it used to be.
What's the capital city?
Silence. All right, and this place is filled with like, and you can get a little creative here, but essentially what I need is a kind of like a wasteland filled with like black bubbling rivers and like oil smears and just with like pocket oases of like greenery. So imagine like a black desert, I guess. A black oily desert.
Mountains?
Sure, if you want to put them in there.
Okay. Okay, so on these borders here, are there any natural borders?
There's a mountainous border between the Sorrow and the Wounded Lands.
Okay. So there's multiple mountain ranges on this
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What was the name of this place?
Which place? Oh, right. I never gave you the name of where the Scar are from. That is called Skarzak, which I'll put in here for you. Hey Kelly, what's up? Yeah, there you go, Skarzak. Lots of mountains, some forests. Hell yeah, brother. The Wounded Lands to the north starting to come together. Okay. Next section, which mirrors Skarzak. Yeah, we're working on a new continent right now. Let's see here. Okay.
Forgot to ask about the beaches.
Oh, the beaches to the north?
Cliffs or beaches?
The beaches to the north of the Wounded Lands is all black ice, which is like frozen oil.
Okay.
Who's drawing? Tiffany is drawing. Okay, and then the southern beach is just a regular black beach or a regular beach with some tropical
Black
trees.
sand.
Yeah, with black
Okay,
sand.
so there are some jungle.
Yeah, a little bit.
Something like that. And then some black sand beaches.
Yeah, black sand beaches. Poggers! It's coming along. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Okay.
All right. And then...
Are there any lakes or special rivers
Not really.
in wooded lands?
No.
Okay.
Okay, and then the westernmost section is... Ugh. Let's see. This is... temperate place. Like Europe. So it has like... I think it has 3 great forests and a like Scottish Highland kind of thing.
So some cliffs.
Yeah, plateaus and stuff.
How do you spell plateau?
EAU.
That's Plato.
EAU. There you go. And
Cliffs along the outer or inner?
regular sanded
both.
beaches on the outside of that one and the inner.
Okay, and the inner? Okay.
Yeah.
Mountains?
Hills. Lots of hills.
Hills. Rivers?
There is a swamp in the southernmost area.
Down here?
Yep, down there.
Or
Yeah, all along that. It's
outer?
basically the region. It's the regional border. Is the swamp. And then in the northernmost part of the swamp, that's where the capital is. And it is called Ryne. Which I'll put that in...
Is it here or more
Right
to the
there.
center?
Left,
Right
left, center. Right there, yep. I've got that boom, boom, pow. Boom, 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 pow, 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 boom. Boom, pow.
Okay, the name of the area?
And the name of the area is... Lavasaya, which I'll put that in here. Oakley dokley.
Anything else about this area?
Nothing much else.
Okay. Next area. Tell me about the beaches. Are there rock beaches, cliffs?
Hold on a second. Just taking some notes of my own. Okay. Coolio. All right. So the next area is... This was going to be kind of hard to explain, but it is essentially a kind of like a large pit. Like there's just a big ass pit in the middle of the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the whole
Where's this pit?
Like the whole thing is nearly the entire place is a pit. So like draw a circle in that like separator.
Wait, hold on. Is there any water at the bottom? It says a crater.
Yes.
Okay, is there any water in this crater?
Yes. The water flows in from the sides, yes.
Okay, so there's really a giant hole here.
Yes.
Like something like this.
Like that, yep.
So this swamp probably comes in like this.
Mm-hmm. And then the rainforest kind of accentuates the side of it.
Comes up to it. Okay, so this is a crater.
Yep.
And where is the water? There might be some mountains along the edges here.
Yep. Hard mountain cliff walls.
Okay. Cliff, mountains, and cliffs. Mountains. Plus cliff. This is a giant crater.
All right. This is where things are going to get a little wild. I need you to draw a smaller hole in the center of that crater to kind of show depth, because the hole is like very deep, and then it opens up into what appears to be a starry field, like space.
Okay, base.
Yeah.
Stars. Does the water that's pouring in, where's the water pouring in from? And does it pour down into the space and stars?
It pours down inside. Yes. And it comes from the different spaces all around it. It's just through random holes and stuff like that. And as the water pours down through it, it just disappears into the hole.
Okay, yeah. I'm wondering, is it like draining the water that's out here, like from the ocean?
No, it's not
Like,
draining
so
the
are
ocean's water. It's draining the water from inside.
So where's this water come from?
From underground lakes and and like rivers and stuff.
So there's just like a lake. So it's like a donut type thing going on.
Yep.
So there's like a lake in
Like
the
a
crater.
like a massive caldera, yeah. Yeah, now you're getting it. And there's all kinds of like rocky outcroppings and plateaus along the walls of the crater where people can live and stuff.
Is there any rivers coming from the ocean into this lake?
Yeah.
There are some rivers. Okay.
Yep.
Are there any special rivers, or are they just small rivers?
They're just small ones.
Okay.
Like a delta, kind of. A smattering.
Small rivers.
Yep.
Does this place have a name?
Yes. Is referred to as the Sky's Eye.
Apostrophe, like ownership?
Yep.
Is there a capital?
No, that's an unconquered, like an unclaimed region.
Okay.
All right. Now, in the center of the Heart Lake of the Inner Sea, draw me a star-shaped island.
How many points?
4.
Something like that?
Yep. Yeah. And that is... What?
Somebody in chat. Order your computer to draw stuff. I'm not your computer.
All right. All right, that's the name of the island. It is called the Island of Versailles. And it basically, I need you to draw Greece. That's what it basically is. It's basically just Greece. Greece as in the country, like olives, you know, temperate climates, all that stuff.
Okay. Is there any mountains on it?
No. It's pretty flat.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Ryne, do you want to do another one?
I want to take a nap before game. So.
Okay. Okay.
Good talk. Thanks, Tiff. Clap, clap,
No
clap, clap, clap,
problem.
clap, 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 clap. I'm gonna say bye to chat. All right, chat room. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I am pretty tired because I got up early and I did a quick stream. I want to do a little bit of a Naparinos, and then I'm gonna handle tonight's game. Lots of games to handle tonight. So yeah. Thank you once again for helping me break past 4,000 sub points. You guys are so generous. I do not deserve it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.